So today's trip takes us out just east of Tucson and south of I-10. It's called the Wakefield Canyon area. And for a ways, as I think you can probably see, we're following a Powerline Road. In fact, that's what it's called, Powerline Road. In any case, we're just first time we've been out in this area, and we're just going to see what we can find today and where it takes us, and see where we may want to explore further the next time we're out. It's a great day today. It's a red flag warning day, which means the wind is really high, and that was what was predicted, and that's exactly what we've hit here. There's a lot of wind today. Other than that, though, it's about 75 out today, and really nice day. So glad you could come along with us and explore some different country out here. It is an interesting two-track. It's narrow, and it's also something you need four-wheel drive for, and some high clearance in a lot of spots. I've been on other Powerline roads, and they're, I wouldn't call them well-maintained, but they're not bad. This one's actually in some spots a little technical and so on. It's a lot of fun, and it's really interesting, but you're not taking the family car out here, that's for sure. So far, it turns out that the stream beds are a lot smoother than the road is.
I'm not sure if this is the right way.
I'm not either.
I think we're supposed to turn back there.
I think you're right. Well, we found a a creek. Actually, it wasn't flowing, it just had water in it. And it dried up just about 30, 40 yards downstream. But it had lots of little fish in it. I mean, lots. I'm talking like thousands. And there was some shade. It was a really nice break. For the most part, this trip has been pretty dry. But that, again, was a really pleasant surprise to see water and shade. Anyway, we stopped, had a brief lunch, and now we're back on the road again. And a lot narrower through this wash. But this is starting to turn into a very fun, interesting road. I certainly have a lot more pinstriping than I started with today, but that's okay. We have a very interesting piece here that's going to be very off-camber. And with any luck, I'm not going to roll the Jeep. Let's see here. Famous last words, but it's probably worse than it looks. Yeah. No problem. Okay, made it through that area, which was across a dry creek bed. I think it's probably the same one we went through earlier when we stopped for lunch, but now it looks like we're headed back up onto a ridge road. We have been climbing ever since we left it pretty much. And I don't know if you can tell, but we're climbing up another hill here, about ready to go around the top of it. These ridge lines apparently are just wonderful for Ocotillos because we're going through another forest of Ocotillos here. Just spectacular. Every one of them is blooming. Still going through them. I think this Ocotillo forest goes on for, well, at least a mile. I can see that far. And there's Ocotillos on the ridgeline for at least a mile. That's pretty cool. I think I just figured out the difference between a shelf road and a ridge road. A shelf road, you can only fall off one side. A ridge road, you can fall off either side. That's a technical tip. if you're going to be off-road.
That cap up here on the right doesn't look very old.
We are back on the Powerline Road that we came in on about 5 hours ago. We just completed a very, very long loop that's been very interesting. Some technical areas, some beautiful country. Pretty much, what more could you ask for? Glad you could come along today. Want to thank Brad Newell for joining me today as well. If you get a chance, give us a thumbs up and like the channel or subscribe to the channel or not, whatever. We still have a ways to go to get out of here. As you can see, the road's still pretty rough before we get to pavement. So, again, thanks for coming along. Hopefully, we'll see you the next time on one of our little mini adventures.